Oh, is it on?
It's on, it's fine, but I'll chop it. I don't want to beat it. You just take it the whole screen, you know? I just have it here. I'll put my legs in it.
I can't do this. What kind of question is that?
Hi guys, Chris A.
Oh.
Say name.
Start again.
Let's start again. Cut. Chris A.
Ryan Spiteri.
Ironlyfestyle. It's Spiteri.
Oh, are you going to tell me what to say?
No.
I don't read your mind. I'm not good with this thing.
That's why I'm doing it. Hey guys, Chris A.
Ryan Spiteri.
Ironlyfestyle YouTube channel. Okay, we're here to do a Q&A, and this is the first for the channel. This morning we put up a post on Instagram. I'll put it up now for Ryan's and mine, and we just ask people to shoot us some questions. We get asked a lot of questions, and sometimes we reply, sometimes we don't. Be it the time zone difference, be it we're busy, we work. It's not deliberate.
Are you sponsored by Pop-Tarts? Serious.
I'm not sponsored by Pop-Tarts, so no. But I should be emailing them very shortly to seek for sponsorship, because I think, personally, I made Coles, Woolworths or Coles stocks them now. I don't know, one of the chains in the past randomly month, they started stocking Pop-Tarts, so the demand, you create demand, they stock it in. So, no, I'm not sponsored,
but you should be.
I might look into that. How do you hit your daily protein intake if it's on high amounts? Boss specs.
I have about 300 grams of protein a day, so I'm incorporating a mass gainer a day just to hit my protein as well, but I usually use whole foods. I'll usually have eggs in the morning. Most of my meals will be about 200 grams of meat, so if it's 200 grams of chicken or 200 grams of steak, if I have that 4 or 5 times with a mass gainer and my protein shake, yeah, I can easily hit 300 grams of protein. Bebek, what advice would you recommend for teenagers to make the most amounts of gains? Diet, training, supplement tips, thanks.
Diet, you know, nutrition is knowledge. You know, at your age, at a young age, you need to kind of look into, you know, just nutrition and, you know, macros, be it you can them or not. It's up to you, it depends what your goals are. So look into nutrition, but especially at a young age, man, it depends how you look. If you're carrying a bit of weight, you know, a bit of, you know, fat, then obviously you've got to kind of look into your nutrition a bit more. But if you're not carrying weight and you need to put on weight, man, your metabolism's firing, especially if you're puberty and all that, whatever, and the hormonal changes. You need to actually, you know, maybe just eat and not worry about counting macros and all that, because at that stage, you need to kind of just get the calories in, and it'll come a stage when you know you need to start tracking things a bit more. So, you know, relax a little bit at the early stages. Relax and train hard and be consistent, and get into the gym and figure out what you enjoy doing. And because if you enjoy what you're doing when you're training, it makes it so much easier. So consistency, motivation, and also nutrition-wise, you know, learn more about it. If you are skinny, just eat, man. Get the protein, get carbs in there, get your fats. The other thing is with supplementation, keep it simple. You know, if you can't hit you know, those levels of macronutrients, you need to add probably a mass gainer. You know, that's what you got to do. Sometimes at a young age, you just can't eat that much. You don't have got the appetite, but your metabolism's firing. And was that it?
Do you cover training?
Training, just get in and train. Like, you know, there's no formula. You know, at that age, technique-wise, be careful not to hurt yourself. Don't get too heavy too early. And yeah, compounds with squatting and deadlifting. But at that fundamental age, you know, you need to learn how to squat properly and deadlift properly. Because if you don't, you're going to pick up bad habits. And when you pick up bad habits, it's very hard to correct later on in life. You know, be it injury-wise, or be it just, you know, you can't go backwards. You can't bite the ego and go backwards to go forward again. So, you know, be careful with compounds, get into them, but, you know, get someone that knows what they're doing to teach you. And yeah, just enjoy the lifestyle. Don't force it, and don't do it for the wrong reasons. Hi Fritz Fitness, Arnold Bukkolov. How can I eat oats and chicken or potatoes the morning of competition? So when you wake up, before you...
I think I got that question in a Facebook message.
Okay, well it's probably the same person.
Yeah.
It's probably the same person.
Probably.
He wants an answer. This guy, what's his name? Arnold Chulov wants an answer, mate. He's from Russia or something. He's from Bulgaria.
Actually, the day of my comp, I woke up and I had oats. I stayed away from dairy, so I didn't put milk in it. So my first meal was oats, and then I had a couple meals with chicken and rice. So yeah, it's fine to have chicken, rice, broccoli for the first couple meals. Depends what time your show is, but if it's around 2 o'clock, maybe have some oats. Next meal, chicken, rice, or whatever. And then I'd usually start having my simple sugars, like rice cakes with peanut butter and honey, or Nutella, or have some lollies and chocolate. So,
yeah, that sounds like my everyday diet. I must compete every day then.
there we go. Next question for Chris. From Roms himself. Do I need to eat more carbs rather than proteins to gain more mass, or is it 50-50?
Okay, you kind of, everyone's different, man. Everyone's different. You need to find out over time, you know, what your maintenance calories are. If your body likes more protein, less protein, if it responds better to high carbohydrates. You know, as I say, 1 gram per pound is, you know, all you need, you know, to stay efficient with, you know, your muscle development and protein synthesis and all that. So it's like if you meet your 1 gram of protein, and you know, when you're cutting or whatever, when you're maintenance, then that's fine. When you're trying to put on muscle, what I think about protein is that 1 gram per pound, you know, of your weight. Okay, once you start increasing your carbohydrates and caloric intake, you need to increase your protein because shit protein sources come into it. We need, you know, from 400 carbs to 600 carbs. That 200 grams of carbs have increased. Obviously some carbs and fats have protein through them, but that protein source that's coming through it, it's not high leucine, so it's not the best protein you can be getting. Therefore, you need to increase your protein levels to, you know, adapt for that increase of protein through other foods. So protein and carb wise, 50-50. I know Ryan spoke about this, asked me the first day we met about my splits of protein and carbs. I wasn't sure. I know some people do like 250 protein, 250 carbs, depending on what they're doing. For me, I just make sure I keep my protein at a nice level and try and get my carbs really high. Therefore, when I start cutting, you know, my protein comes down slightly. It's just my carbs come down very slowly, but my body adapts to that. My personal body adapts to a small decrement of carbohydrates will kind of show body-wise in my body fat percentage, and that's what I find. Therefore, I can stay at about 200 to 300 carbs when I'm at my leanest, and that's what I work towards, you know, with reverse dieting and that. So to answer that question, it depends on who you are, you know, your goals. But do you want to elaborate on that about the split 50-50 protein and carbs? Because like Ryan's a competitor, you know, he sees things differently than what I do. We have different methods. Like to say, you can skin a cat in so many ways, but he looks better than me. Maybe listen, he looks better than me, so listen to him. What do you think?
Well, being an ecto-meso, I would like to have more carbs, I guess. So.
How do you get good leg striations? My quads always look like giant hams. Haha. James Mecca.
James, it just comes down to body fat. So the leaner you get, the more body fat you lose around your legs, the separation will start to come. And if you get probably down to, I don't know, 5-6%, you'll even start to see the striations across your muscles. So, that's it. What do you do for abs?
During the weekdays when my schedule's so hectic with a lot of, you know, a lot of squats, a lot of deadlifting, a lot of power training and that, and hypertrophy as well, it becomes overwhelming. Where the fuck do you fit in abs? But during the weekdays, Monday to Friday, I train once or twice a week now. I've started back again. I neglected them for a few weeks. Circuits, you know, 15-20 minute circuits, you know, leg raises, decline bench, you know, on floor stuff, you know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, rest and go again. I do a bit of a circuit. But, you know, in my opinion about abs, and I'll probably touch on this more in my ab video, is you need to look at your midsection and see, you know what, I have, genetically, I have an 8-pack because I have my lowers separated. You need to find where in your abs is the weakest, because when you look at your abs, I find my middle 4 are very dominant, very strong, and I need to work my top 2 and my bottoms, and therefore you got to find exercises to work the tops and the bottoms to catch up to the middles, because once you dominate one section, when you're flexing in front of somebody, you know, you can really see maybe the 4-pack or 6-pack, and you start seeing, you know, abs not popping as much as they should. So look at your abs, see where's the weakest point. If you want, you know what, deeper cuts in here, you got to work your serratuses and intercostals a lot.